Toward the end of 2022, I started my YouTube channel to document my journey with words. I never intended to narrate the videos. I intended to place the words on the screen and let you, the viewers, see or not see how the code emerges from within them. That is still what I love most. This channel and all of its content are born out of love. It has no intention of teaching, convincing, or changing your mind. It is built for those who are willing to invest time in looking, exploring, and discovering the connections between words on their own. There are no promises here, not of wealth, not of happiness, not of a guaranteed place in heaven. And if I'm completely honest, it isn't me who mocks those still trapped inside rigid word structures that generate religions, rabbis, priests, imams, their institutions, and even modern self-help figures who sell meaning in simplified formulas. The words themselves do that. Religious people often resemble groupies of rock bands whose members have long since died, clinging to an image while the source is gone. Men in gold-embroidered robes, rabbis crowned with foxtail hats, desert wanderers who long ago replaced their camels with Maseratis, and spiritual figures for whom everything has been reduced to frequency and energy. We are at the edge of an era, and the words themselves testify that they are about to break apart and scatter in the wind. When that happens, what will those who held them tightly, who forced them into stories, legends, and parables, what will they hold on to when everything turns to dust? This channel is what I have to leave behind. It will take time for this approach to become standard in the study of this document called the Torah, a document that continues to haunt humanity and appear everywhere. So many have tried to reinvent it, to rewrite it, to create new covenants, products of imagination. Hebrew is a theory of everything. That doesn't mean I know everything, but this journey opened a gate. And those who want to, and those who can, will pass through it. From now on, I am rebuilding the channel to preserve my original intention, to protect the joy of creation, and to remain loyal to the code. I will re-upload all the word-based videos, hundreds of them, that were never narrated, just you and the words. Alongside that, I will begin uploading my explanations without the words. From there, it's on you to search for the words in the channel, to see whether what I explain aligns with what the words themselves reveal. I will leave you alone with them. This will be your journey, an intimate, solitary one. Who knows what additional layers you might uncover? The Hebrew code is the crack through which it's possible to step outside. In the upcoming series of videos, I will explain how every phenomenon in our reality is encoded in the roots and letter combinations of Hebrew words. It is necessary to state the primary key for understanding the code. There are no real people, no separate personalities, no independent figures. Every word, every name is an expression of the divine. This is the meaning of Yahweh is one, and his name is one. And so every investigation through the human mind conducted from the human perspective, through archaeology of structures, archaeology of words, through historians' testimonies, accumulated narratives, translations, and interpretations. It is an endless race inside a mouse maze. There is only one way out, the Hebrew code. Those who do not find it remain trapped in the same debates, the same arguments, the same sterile attempts to prove whether Jesus descended from the cross or rose upon it. The attempt itself to prove what is fundamentally unprovable, it is a particular form of madness. And that too is explained by the code. It is bound to control and power. The letters that connect into words, sentences, and stories form the network that sustains the existence of the physical world and the human within it. These connections are endless, yet they all appear in reality. Our instinct is often to raise our hands to the sky and wait for answers. But everything is already here, embedded within reality itself, and encoded in Hebrew, a language that is about to undergo another transformation from letters to numbers to algorithms. With that shift, an era will come to an end, the era of stories, parables, and interpretations. Until then, I will try to show how Hebrew connects all the dots. I will speak without filters, without honoring religions, emotions, or beliefs. Those belong to you. I'm no longer there. For example, how human nothingness is linked to the letter, how the blinking of the eyes relates to perception, and even to the creation of reality. What the connection is between clouds and our difficulty seeing clearly. Why today everything rises and is stored in the cloud, and how all of this traces back to that same cloud that went before the camp. Why rain is in fact magic, and why the modern attempt to manufacture rain is a forbidden occupation. Hebrew preserves the primal sounds, those that survived and are still embedded in the ancient languages of the East, including Sanskrit and ancient Semitic languages. Everything is encoded and preserved in Hebrew. It is not yet possible, at least not for me, to explain and synchronize every connection with the corresponding word on the screen. So anyone who truly wants to understand must prepare themselves. In the description of each video, I will include links to the individual word videos. That way, as you listen to the explanation and follow the connections, you have the whole visual structure of each word. This is an endless journey. But once you begin to see and understand the connections, the world starts to feel whole and, above all, funny. Because the code reveals that, in the end, everything here is just a game. I recommend starting with the video that asks, "Do you want to know why the world is round?"